Bienvenidos a Ciudad de Mexico. I am returning once again to the Basilica de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. It was one of the most inspiring things I've seen in this entire trip. And I feel, at least me personally, that I want to go back here at least one more time before I head back to New York and then off to other cities abroad. I have a very special announcement of a new project that is in the works, inspired by visiting this very place last week and doing an epic live video tour. If you want to learn about the full history of this beautiful area and the immense impact it had on Mexican culture and Latin American culture overall, do watch my video from the previous week called Secrets of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Right here we have Tepeyac Hill, we have the old basilica, and we have the new basilica built by Pedro Ramirez Vasquez. Today is going to be a very short live stream because I will be doing tiny little live streams throughout the day, but I think this is going to be a very special live stream, at least in terms of igniting a creative spirit. So let's walk around. Hey everyone, I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and I really wanted to come back here. You know, this is one of those sites that has really blown me away on a very deep level, on the same level as the beautiful Church of San Ignacio in Rome, which I showed in a live video and a 360 video in Rome. And also the Louvre in Paris with the Mona Lisa, and Glastonbury, England at the Tor, which I've also all filmed those places on live video. Those places are amongst the top places in my life that have left a very deep impact, and this has joined the ranks. Because as I was studying the history about this place, and today we won't get into the history, watch that other video for all the detailed history about it. As I was studying the history, I found out about a very cool, interesting story. I mentioned this towards the end of the full tour of the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe. But a few years ago, a man by Fernando Ojeda, who's part of the Instituto Superior de Estudios Guadalupanana, which is the Guadalupan Studies Institute. He's a mathematician. He and a musician end up seeing, wait a minute, there's something interesting about the star patterns on Guadalupe, which I'll point out right over here. Nope, it's huge. Something very interesting about the star patterns, at least in his perspective, it was something very interesting about it. So he looked at the star patterns and said, this might be not just constellations in the night sky, which a few astronomers have concluded that the constellations on her cloak resemble the same constellations that were seen on that same day, December 12th, 1531. But he said, oh, this also might be marking the topography of Mexico and its volcanoes. But then he said, wait a minute, let me put this on the sheet of music. So this is what exactly he did. And they're announcing the mass right now. So he ended up putting this on the sheet of music, Fernando. And you can find more of his work. He has a cool website with a lot of more music and findings about different things in terms of Christianity and math. He ended up putting Guadalupe imposed on a musical sheet. And he attributed notes to each of the star points, the constellation on her cloak. And he ended up coming up with a very interesting, beautiful melody. And I've listened to that melody. Check it out if you want to listen to the original one. But I was so inspired as I was listening to that melody. While I was researching, I just envisioned this beautiful the fountain. If you've ever seen it, directed by Darren Aronofsky, one of my favorite directors, of the events that happened here in 1531. I thought to myself, wow, this would be just such an epic film. And it nearly brought me to tears as I was sitting in a coffee shop in Roma. Now we have the beautiful music. This is not the music. This is a different type of, this is more of a song from the Mass. So let's enjoy that, and I'll continue with the story, because let's enjoy the Mass music. I'll show it to you. And then wait up. Something cool creatively happened due to these events with this. Stay tuned. Let's go.
Que nuestro corazón esté dispuesto a aceptar la palabra de Jesucristo y a ponerla en práctica. Puestos en pie, aclamemos al Señor.
So beautiful. Good music today.
Dichosos los que escuchan la palabra de Dios y la ponen en práctica, dice el Señor. Aleluya, 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 aleluya. Aleluya, aleluya, aleluya.
So absolutely amazing. Is this considered a song or prayer? It's a combined. It's both. Song is prayer. Same as the Islamic tradition or the Buddhist tradition. They're kind of intertwined. I'm not sure if they're a prayer per se. Do let us know if anyone's a little bit more deeply connected with Catholic Mass. But beautiful music, beautiful music. So, I was so inspired by the music that was taken from by Fernando Ojeda that I decided to make a version inspired by it in synth. I'm a huge fan of synth music, synth wave music. I'm also a fan of this type of music. I love Gregorian chants and mass music, but I wanted to make something modern because you know what? Why not have music that is electronic, that is spiritually kind of elevated? It just has a little bit more of a better story to it. So I have already commissioned one song, worked with an amazing artist called Dino Scott, and this song is called Our Lady of Synth. I'm going to play it as we see the Lady of Guadalupe once again. So enjoy. I'm going to be muted as we walk around, and this is going to be Urbanist album. Name Our Lady of Urbanist. Oh yeah, so excited. It's going to be a mix of synth, a little bit of lo-fi, and also, this time, some orchestral cinematic music. Stay tuned, I'm not sure when that'll be released, but I already have that first song. So enjoy as we walk around and listen to some Our Lady of Synth, an Urbanist original. Let's go, let's get closer. Urbanist great gospel hits. No, there won't be gospel. It won't sound. I'm not making any gospel or Gregorian chants as of yet, but it's inspired by the melody that was apparently taken from the cloak, mathematically speaking. Oh, sí, claro. Sí. Are you a DJ, says Reza? No, I'm not a DJ. What are your favorite Latin bands, says Dwayne? I have a lot, but one of my top favorite is Eddie Palmieri in terms of epic salsa. Eddie Palmieri. Who's the lady? Our Lady of Urbanist. That's the name of the album. Our Lady of Urbanist. Aphrodite says, it's my understanding that Virgen Guadalupe is a mashup of indigenous peoples and Catholicism. Yep, that's the lore behind it. There's a lot of imagery from both cultures. So if it wasn't an actual apparition, just a mere painting, that painter was deeply knowledgeable of both cultures, knowledgeable of European Catholicism and knowledgeable of indigenous Aztec mythology. So yeah, it's a really interesting artwork. Regardless of how it came about, it is very interesting. Regardless of how it came about, it's not merely just a painting or an image of the Virgin Mary, but has a lot of details within it. Kay says, don't forget to press that heart button. Yes. Sounds very interesting, says Kay. Hi, Brian, nice to see you here. I love synthwave, says I'm so glad. Liz says, oh yes, as masses go, this sounds quite traditional. The parts of the mass can vary greatly musically, but can be chant-wise or can be contemporary. Depends on the mass director, right? Thank you so much, Liz, for letting us know. Dwayne, you like Carlos Santana? Oh, me too. Carlos Santana is amazing. You're not going to the top of the hill? No, not to the top of the hill. All right, let's go see Our Lady of Guadalupe. And I present everyone the world premiere of the song, an Urbanist original, called Our Lady of Synth. Enjoy. That was Our Lady of Synth, coming soon to an album near you. The album is going to be called Our Lady of Urbanist. Stay tuned, everyone. So the melody was itself extracted from the constellations on Guadalupe's cloak. And regardless whether it is a mathematician / musician reaching a little bit or maybe not, who knows, I found the music to be absolutely gorgeous and uplifting. And I think that's what matters the most. And I wanted to make something that was synth based on that, because I'm a huge fan of synth. And I think it really captures the vibes of cities very well. So everyone, I don't play any instruments. I worked with a musician called Dino Scott, who's a synthwave musician. I hope you enjoyed this. Today was a short live stream because I'll be doing other short live streams throughout the day. Can we get signed copies of the album? Yeah, I hope it was uplifting. That's my goal. That's my goal, to have uplifting music. Yeah, so if you want to see the museum, you could become an Urbanist patron and you'll have a 360 video of the full museum tour. Really interesting museum. If you're a fan of kind of religious memorabilia, it's a really cool place. Sunshine says it's very spiritual. Michelle says that was great. Thank you. My pleasure. Gwen, thank you. Oh, Happy says my dear bro. Guta Ben aus Deutschland. Hey, Karsten. Guten Tag. You are so blessed. You can see the Virgin of Guadalupe. Yeah, beautiful sight. As I mentioned, you don't need to be religious to come here, nor even spiritual. If you just want to appreciate some great art and some great architecture, this is the place. If you are religious, this is the place. If you're spiritual, I think this is also the place. This is a beautiful place overall. So glad I came here again. And I'm going to film some TikTok videos, and I'll see you soon in one of the museums in the Centro Histórico. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome, and always keep on exploring.